And Father, forgive them. They know not what they do, bruh. These niggas be out here just having no idea the type of fire they're playing with, the type of people they're. Okay. The story starts off with a tale of two houses, right? House number one, house number two. My aunt lives in this house. My mom lives in that house. And tale of two fuck niggas, right? Two fuck niggas, King and Jeremy, right? So now, this story of mine starts out with this nigga here losing his wife. He comes home one day, his wife and kids are gone. She's tired of his bullshit, so she packs up and leaves. His family gone. He can't or doesn't want to maintain the house that he's at. He lives up in Michigan, right? So he moves in with my father. My father. Don't move in with your own daddy. You move in with my daddy, right? And then after he stays with my dad for a while, my aunt dies. The aunt that lives in this house, right? She dies. Now, my mom is the owner of this house, it being that my aunt is dead. It passes along. You know how that works. So and it's paid for. She ain't got no house note, no mortgage, no nothing. It's only the taxes, the water bills, the etc. that you got to worry about with this house here. The house that my mom is staying in at the time, she's paying a mortgage on. So the original plan, obviously, is for her to move into the house that ain't got no mortgage and to do something with this one, sell it, have somebody else move in it, whatever. But this house is a piece of shit. SHI. I'm talking about it's not worth anybody realistically investing in or paying to live in. That's kind of why my mom wants to move down here, obviously, because it's just not worth the time and effort, right? But obviously her son's in need, in distress. He just lost his family. He got kids. He's paying child support. He got all this stuff and, super mom to the rescue, right? So she says, King, you can go ahead, live in there. Don't worry about no rent. Go and just have it, put it in your name and start your life over. And you know what I mean? Do what you need to do, right? Now, he avoids putting it in his name because he doesn't want the responsibility. He doesn't want whenever something goes wrong, he has to fix it. When the taxes are due, he has to pay it. But he realizes that if he just dodges and avoids putting it in his name, he can reap all the benefits with none of the responsibility, which he actively does. And the reason a lot upsets me is, dog, you're acting like I'm not your brother. You're acting like this isn't my mom. You're acting like she isn't telling me what's going on. When the bills are due, keep in mind now, my mom is a caretaker for my uncle. Her brother is sick, and so she gets paid to take care of him, right? And so whenever she's comes up short with a little bit, she obviously asks her kids for money. And I say kids plural because there's 4 of us, right? Now, you have to understand, I'm the youngest. If she's gotten to the point where she's asking me for money, she's asked all 3 of you first and gotten a no. So I'm aware of how many times she's come up short for bills and you just ain't got it, right? You ain't paying no rent. You ain't paying no utilities or nothing, but you ain't got no money to help her out. Cool. Again. And this also is during a time where I'm up on some COVID money. That's a whole nother video that I'm going to do regarding my bitch ass dad. But at this point in time, we're good because I'm good. I'm giving my mom money to which she's turning over to keep the lights on at both of these houses, right? So, and again, I'm doing because we're family, we love each other, blah, blah, blah. Ain't nobody tripping. Everything's good at this point, right? So King moves into this house. He's having poor maintenance, right? No upkeep. He's not cutting grass. He's not keeping it clean in this motherfucker. Again, acting like I can't just come down here and see what the fuck is going on. He's talking about dogs, right? We're going to get it. Let me just tell you about the bills. He's not maintaining it, no upkeep. He's not paying the bills. The water bill is getting over $1,000. The taxes are getting over $2,000. To which his literal response is, "It ain't his house. Mom's gonna take care of it because it's her. Because he knows she has to, right? If they come and reprimand somebody, it's going to be hers in her name, right? That's his whole logic through this whole thing. Cool. On top of that, hello, how you doing, bro? That's the neighbors. So he's not only is he not taking care of this house that he's just been donated, right? He talking about he gonna sell dogs. He talking about he just gonna buy a couple of dogs. Oh no, yeah. This nigga talking about he gonna sell dogs. He done seen how much they go for, $1,000 a dog. All he need, obviously, 1 female, 1 male, and they just gonna start fucking, and it's gonna be this litter, and this is gonna be this revolving door of money and dogs coming out the door. Him getting $1,000 per dog, right? Turns out the dog don't want to fuck. The female dog, he gets the male dog first, then he goes and gets female dog. The female dog doesn't allow him to, obviously. So literally, I cannot make this shit up. What my brother said he was going to do was tie the female to a tree and the male dog was going to quote unquote take it from her, right? He's a sick individual, bro. My brother has a lot going on with him, and if you don't believe me when I tell you he said that, oh, just watch this. I got evidence of how sick this nigga is, right? I sat him down, put a camera in his face, and asked him. Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. It takes a lot of work that he was not trying to put in. He literally thought he was just going to get a couple dogs that was going to start fucking, and he was just going to start selling the puppies left and right. It does not work that. He didn't buy no dog house. He didn't buy no food for, oh, of course he bought food, but not no supply, no surplus of food. He only bought food when, obviously, no training equipment, like the suits that they buy that the dog grabs onto your arm. He didn't do none of that. And they were those type of dogs. They were the big German Shepherd type golden retriever. I said it right the first time. German Shepherd type dogs. They were those type of dogs, right? Again, like you said, a lot of food, a lot of work. Okay, I'm telling you, bro. And he don't know nothing about that shit, dog. He literally did not understand that. He didn't comprehend it. All he knew was when he told them, and it sounds even more retarded now that I done said what he was thinking, but he literally thought all he had to do was put them in a yard together or put them together, and eventually they would start doing what they need to do. He don't like, oh yeah, and see, y'all were actually going through the right way, learning about it, how it happens, the science behind it, etc. He was not thinking about any of that. He was just thinking about the dollar amount. How much what's a quick way to get some money? I like dogs. Yes, he is Oh no, Pete, I'm glad you just said that. Goof ass nigga. Not only is goof ass nigga here, weird ass nigga, boy. This was a while ago, back obviously when we were still cool. I sat him down, right? Put a camera in his face and asked him about his life, and in particular this question here: what's the worst thing you've ever done in your life, right? The worst thing you did as a kid?
Killed them cats.
No, it's a lot.
I killed them cats, man, bad. They labeled me as a murderer. It was like 11 cats.
How was you killing them?
I beat a couple of them with a stick. I tied a couple up with the rope, tied the rope around their neck and banged them against the house. Next door. Right next door, next door to duplex, there was a house right there. Right between them houses.
What was your beef with cats?
They put them cats on me every day, all day. Them cats were scratching me up. And they kept teasing me. And I just got sick of it, man. And I killed them all. I killed every last one of them.
Man, can you violent, bro?
That was the worst thing I probably did.
Now you heard that, right? I don't need to play that again, right? You heard what that man just said. Like that's insane on so many levels. And the reason why I had to play it, bro, for the longest I knew that his quote unquote little nickname was Catman. And I thought it was one of them situations, like, you know how when kids see a certain animal they don't like, they'll like just chase it or run it away, or maybe like throw a rock at it or something. He had some weird beef with cats. So I didn't know he fucking murdered 11 cats. Like, what the fuck? And like, bro, you hear, and he just literally describing it, going in detail, a tied rope around their neck. But he's a sick individual. My brother's like, he's not well for real. He's not. Okay. So, and I apologize if that disturbed you a little bit, because it is disturbing, right? But let's just keep going through this here. So now, my uncle dies. The dude that my mom was taking care of, getting paid to take care of, he dies, and with him goes her money. Now she's struggling financially. Now she needs help. So I start sending her $1,000, which makes my money start running out, that COVID money. I did not factor that into the budget, nigga. No extra $1,000 a month going out the window. I didn't plan on that. Like I said, when she would come to me every once in a while, hey, I need this, that, and the third, that's cool. But a consistent $1,000, that's, again, that kind of fucked me up a little bit, right? So she gives King an ultimatum. Either you can start paying rent to help her out with the stuff she needs, or you can get the fuck out. So she can move in and have a house that ain't got no major bills attached to it. Once she gets caught up on the taxes and the water bill, now it's just paying those. She ain't got no mortgage, obviously, to worry about. That's the biggest thing with the house she's living in. So like I said, you got a choice. Either stay and pay some rent or leave. He takes the option to leave. Cool. But he goes about it like he's a victim. Like he was plotted against and conspired against to leave. And the part of the reason why he thinks that is because my mom had this like I said, love and affinity for him being son. Obviously I don't have that same feeling towards you because you're my brother. I know the type of fuck shit you've been on, And so I'm not going to give you no type of another thing about it that he had a problem with was one of the options, which my mom brought it up, but I pursued it, was this house that he was living in. We were going to take out a loan on it to help me and my mom financially. And again, why that was only even an option is because you dodged the responsibility. You didn't want to put it in your name. You didn't want to pay the bills. So now the people that are paying the bills and want to do something with it, you want to say, oh no, y'all ain't about to do this with my house. That's where the real beef came in at. I kept pursuing it after he said no. My mom said, all right, fine, that's cool. You don't want us to take out the loan. Just, like I said, pay some rent or leave. I was like, Nick, because honestly, I wanted the loan because I wanted the money. So I was like, bro, nigga, suck my dick. I don't care what you're talking about, pussy. And then I started to do the whole leave or pay or leave type stuff. And then he took that as somebody conspiring against him or plotting against him. It wasn't. He would have still blamed my mom if I hadn't pressed it, but I only pressed it because I felt some type of way. It wasn't the fact that he said no, it was the fact that he thought he had the right to. It would have been different if he was, all right, yeah, bro, I see what y'all are doing, but it kind of makes me uncomfortable because if y'all don't pay the loan back, then now I'm homeless. If he would have came at me like that, it would have been completely different. He literally said, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all ain't doing shit with my house. Okay, not a problem. Now we can have some negative energy about this. I came down here to do it right and have a conversation with you. You want to, not a problem. So like I said, shit went left. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of, went a couple places where it shouldn't have went, and he ended up going to the police because he was on the lesser end of the altercation. Let's just go. Thank you. Very don't give up. Again, he feels as though he got a family. Which he does have 5 kids, 4 baby mamas. He's paying a lot of child support. That's your fault. You decided to fuck those bitches, not my mom. And now all of a sudden everybody's supposed to bend over backwards because you have a family. I literally asked this man one time, what are we going to do about retiring mom? He says he's not financially responsible for mom. That was his exact words. He's not financially responsible for her. Like, nigga. So, but she's constantly made it her business to be financially responsible for you because you're her son and she loves you and all that. Like I said, he's a selfish ass nigga. He's selfish ass nigga, bro. And he inspired Jeremy to get on some selfish ass shit too. That's why I had to start this by giving you the pretext of his situation, because it literally directly goes into the Jeremy situation. And she did. I'm glad you just said that. She cut his ass off, and she ain't talked to him for a year until we ain't spoke to or heard from King in over a year. This has been over a course of a year now that this has happened, right? And he's literally, he lit no bullshit. Now, me and him got same mom, different dad, right? He started fucking my cousin on my dad's side and thought it was okay because they're not actually related, right? So bro, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Like I said, so he ends up leaving. And now where am I? Hold on, I'm sorry. Because nigga, this shit make me mad, bro. This shit make me mad. So I start sending my mom money. She gives King ultimately. He leaves. Now the house too is, like I said, shitty, not worth investing in. It's just not. There's ants in that motherfucker. And a bunch of other bugs. The ceiling is all fucked up. It's just not worth it, which we tell this nigga Jeremy, because he asks. He's like, oh, what y'all gonna, I heard y'all, because King we got the same barber, dumbass. So Jeremy hears that now my mom moves down here and that bullshit house is now available. So he's like, what y'all gonna do with it? I said, get that rid of that motherfucker. Don't nobody want that shit. The whole reason why I wasn't in it already is because it's a piece of shit. The whole reason why I started all them expensive ass apartments that you remember I was living in, the whole reason why I did that shit because I didn't want to live in that motherfucker. So I was very upfront about that shit. And me expressing that is going to be relevant because he tries to claim that shit just never happened. But I made it clear to that man, this ain't worth investing. Don't buy it. None of that. He said, oh no, it's in the neighborhood that I like. I grew up in that neighborhood. The park is right behind it so my family can play. Bro, trust me, talk to your mom, tell her I want it. Don't let nobody else get that, because that's family. That's legacy. That's all the shit he's talking. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'll tell my mom if you want to do that, fine. I'll let her know, but that's on you. That's your business. I'm not putting that much energy into it. I don't give a fuck. It ain't got shit to do with me. Like, you know what I mean? My mom her whole plan for that house was to eventually get in a financial position to tear it down and rebuild it. But seeing as how she can't do that, somebody else can make it their problem. Again, she don't care. She doesn't care. So they start talking. They arrange a dollar amount, which he never pays in full, but he does start paying monthly rent, right? So to give the man the credit where the credit is due, he did actually pay something a month. So we got all the receipts. Keep in mind, that's going to come play a factor as well too, because we got all of the receipts, right? So the man starts paying a couple $100 a month, but he's not doing the same thing King was doing, not upkeeping it. He wasn't cutting the grass. He wasn't cleaning the motherfucker. And again, acting like I can't go down there and see what the fuck is going on. You walk up in that bitch, it smell like cat shit and piss. Again, grass getting high as hell, and he's not realizing, he thinks that just because he's paying rent, that now it's his house, he can do whatever he wants. No, bruh. If you let the grass get so high and it becomes a problem, the city is going to come at my mom because it's her house, it's in her name, right? If they walk up in that motherfucker and see it's not healthy up to code, again, they're going to reprimand her about that. So again, it doesn't matter that you're paying your little money you paying, and on top, and to make it even worse, he was still staying at his bitch's house. He's sitting here paying for this house, talking about I'm about to move in it, but while actively sleeping at night at a bitch's house at another location, right? So he's not even getting his money's worth, but it don't matter because you paying, you do whatever you want. If you want to stay there, you want to not, that's your business. Once you pay the money, you do whatever you know what I mean? But like I said, she realizes that she can't just let him keep doing it because she's going to get reprimanded. So she gives him the same ultimatum that King got. Either take care of it, or with him it was take care of it or leave. King, it was pay, take care of it or leave. With Jeremy, it was you need to get it together, take care of this motherfucker, or you got to go. It just is what it is. I can't risk the city coming at me crazy. So she gives him a little bit more time to try to start keeping the grass cut, to clean this motherfucker up. He don't do it. So she said, you got to go, son. Now keep in mind, this was months ago. This was back September, October. We're in January of 2026. This was September, October of 2025, right? And the conversation comes up because he apparently feels some type of way about the money he paid and didn't get his money. And again, it was your decision not to get the money's worth, but he was feeling some type of way about potentially getting paid back the money that he paid in rent and the couple fixes that couple improvements that he made, which weren't really that many. But again, all of the things that he did, my mom has a receipt for. So I say, bro, the easiest thing is just pay you back in full. If you want all the money back, you'll get it. I don't give a fuck because I just don't want to go through this weirdness with you. Now, again, this was months ago. I had a completely different attitude about it when he came in to me today and a couple days ago. But at this point in time, about getting some reimbursement. But when it first happened, I was like, bro, just to not have no type of riff, we can maybe arrange a dollar amount. You can get full amount. She got all the receipts. Just tell me what you want. He literally said no. He doesn't want full reimbursement because it wasn't about that. He was trying to take some real nigga path that I did respect. He was, again, I gave auntie the money. It helped her out. I don't want it back. You know, he apparently was just feeling some type of way because he had this vision in his mind about his family's future in that house or whatever. But he repeatedly said he don't want full reimbursement and ain't about the money. So I'm like, okay. And I was like, what do you want? Partial reimbursement? Do you want something? Whatever. We can talk about it. He said, no, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Cool, right? Months go by, bro. Fucking months go by. Like you, again, and the thing about it, there's a text message. Don't get to there yet. Hold on. I got one more picture to show you before I get to these text messages. Yeah. And keep in mind, this man is my barber, right? Just 3 weeks ago, you were cutting my hair. So we were at a good enough position to where I trusted you around my head with blades. You weren't saying any of this. None of this was the case. No, there was no problem. There was no, again, you just off figuring out what you're going to do with your life. This house was not even a question until he sees a for sale sign come up. Then all of a sudden he thinks there's about to be some influx of money coming our way. There was an auction for it first. Nobody wanted it because it's a piece of shit. So she threw up a for sale sign. He sees a for sale sign. Now all of a sudden things changed. That played a factor into it, 1, and 2, let me make sure. Now we're fast forwarding 3 months. We're fast forwarding to January of now, this past couple days. That's what I wanted to make sure you knew where we were at in the story. You know what I mean? So now fast forward to about a week ago. I would say about a week ago, maybe even 2. We ain't spoke to King in months. Once King left, it was told he ain't called my mom, he ain't texted her, he ain't reached out, we just haven't heard from that man in over a year, right? Out of nowhere, my sister calls my mom. And I'm gonna bleep her name out of this, but she calls my mom and asks her a question that my mom says let her know that she was talking to King again. Again, King ain't spoke to her either in months coming up on years, but now all of a sudden he reaches out to her. She calls my mom, asks a question, and says, okay, I'm going to call you right back, Mom. My mom says that she didn't think about it too much because she knew when I called back, she would figure out what it was about. She would explain then, right? But she never called back. And so then my mom just kind of forgot about it. Then The ex calls. King's ex calls. Me first and then my mom. Again, this is all happening within a couple days. After the first reaching out to my mom to let my mom know, whatever question that was, you talking to King again. Okay, cool. Then very soon after, calls me, then my mom to clear up the air about something that we heard. She heard that we heard a rumor that there was some situation between her and King, and she wanted to call to clear up the air that is not what happened. What y'all heard was a lie, right? Okay, cool. Then Jeremy jumps out the window, right? Reaching out to her is one of the things that make this make sense. Both of y'all reached out to her out of the blue. You know what I mean? But I knew King had something to do with it because that's his move. His move is to always run the big sister, right? So now, fast forward to, let me find this first. By the way, this is the clown dude right here. This is the clown dude in question. The first one, that's King. And then this is the clown dude, Jeremy. All right? Just so the internet has their faces, okay? This is the first one. All right, cool. Now, stay with me now, JB. Here is me just showing you that we were cool. Like, bruh, it's Sunday, December 21st. I'm texting you Monday, 11:30, so you know I'm coming to get my hair cut Monday, 11:30. You say, okay, still get you, cuzzo. I'm getting ready now. Okay, for sure. Like, what? Again, there's no smoke. There's no, just December 20th, that's 3 weeks ago. Just 3 weeks ago, we're fine. There's nothing wrong. You're my barber. You're getting your hair cut. Everything's cool, right? Literally, Friday at 8:33 p.m., I get a text message. Hope y'all can pay. I'm not happy at all, bro. This shit is crazy. I need my money, and you talking about my nephew owe you money. Maybe he do, but y'all and your mom owe me way more. This is not going to end well if it's unfair. Please stop talking about what he owe and talk about what you said. Shop is my witness camera, bro, that y'all or your mom owe me. I'm about to get to the next one, but let me just break this down a little bit for a second, bro. First of all, what the fuck? Let's just go get the elevator. What the fuck is this? Second of all, I have to talk about the him bringing up his nephew. His nephew, I ain't gonna say his name because that's my man's, but he reached out to me in need, again, out of the clear blue sky. This wasn't, the timeline had nothing to do with this. It's just he was in need at a certain point and he asked me for a couple dollars. I gave it to him, right? And now, being the fact that I live with my mom, when she needs money, if I don't have it, I mean, I have to tell her something, right? I'm living with you, so I need to tell you why I don't have whatever you might need. And so I did tell her that it was because I loaned him some money. If you could just wait till I get paid again, then I got you for whatever it was that she needed at the time. But I did disclose to her that I loaned this man some money. And again, she's a mom, so you got to give her some credit. She goes back and tells the dude that I told her. Says, hey, I heard that T-Man did X, Y, and Z for you. And he's just kind of, basically trying to tell the dude that I was losing respect for him because, I mean, yes, he was just sitting here posting on Facebook about how he's going to Halloween parties and stuff. Why are you going to Halloween parties when you owe me money? Like, I'm not going to say that I wasn't acknowledging that, but still, you don't go back and tell the dude that I disclosed that. You don't do that, Dukes. You don't. But anyway, he then, I guess, relays it to Jeremy that I told, and Jeremy feels some type of way about that. Which, again, irrelevant, bro. Irrelevant. But that's what he meant by that. I just had to explain that to you so you know what he meant by that. All right, so, yeah. What you said, shop is my witness camera, bro, that you or your mom owe me. Your mom says she want to know why she owe me, and this was unexpected. Look here. What you or her put not just me, but my family in is too unexpected. Please bring me my money. Again, what we put you and your family through is unexpected. Oh yeah, it gets better, JB. This is good. I tell you, stay tuned. Keep sipping that tea. What do you mean what we put y'all through is unexpected, bruh? You literally just banged my line on a random Friday night talking about we owe you money. And you're not even saying, and again, I heard my mom on the phone with him through the bedroom wall, but I didn't really pay it no mind because, like I said, it's 9 o'clock. If I'm being honest, JB, I'm high as shit. I'm getting ready for work tomorrow. I'm not thinking about that. So I'm thinking whatever they're talking about, I'll just ask her about it tomorrow until he texts me this shit. And now I gotta be involved in it, right? So I said, you still not saying a dollar amount. He says, you gonna get it. No matter what you say, your mom claims she ain't gonna have it. You think my nephew Boo Boo, a lawyer, gonna care if you got it or not? Guess what? I ain't got it, and that's the fact. Your mom got books, and y'all know what y'all owe anyway, and please stop coming for my nephew when you say and no, y'all owe me. Let's start with that. Now, again, he still ain't said a dollar amount when he was talking to my mom as well. Now, keep in mind, he talked to my mom for however long, and at the end, he was like, if y'all could just come up with $1,000, right? That's going to play a factor. The first number he threw out there was $1,000, right? And he told that to her. Said that to her. He didn't say that to me. Said that to her. You know what I mean? Okay, and then all the you gonna get it again. I don't know. And then talking about his nephew who's a lawyer, but again, dog, you talking about bring you your money, and you're not saying a dollar amount, and then talking about we owe you, and ain't saying why it is that you feel like we owe you. All right, so let's start with that. Is what he says, right? Are you actually reading what you're sending me right now? No matter what the fuck the number is, do y'all have it? Is the true question. Of not, I think he meant if not, you know what I got to do and probably get more pain and suffering. What me and my family is going through is a result of y'all actions. What the fuck is happening right now? Now, it's at this point that I'm like, he's obviously drunk. He's high. He owns some fentanyl or something. The nigga done got into some type of inebriated stupor to where he's doing this dumb shit. So I'm gonna just entertain the nigga. Let me just see if this is actually about some fucking money that you claim it's about. Because I'm not really trying to get into this bag, I guess you could say, with you right now. It's 9:00 at night, bro. I'm trying to go to sleep. I got work tomorrow. I don't know what you talking about, you wildin'. So let me just go ahead and placate you. Let me just, you know what I mean? So I said, I got it. Whatever the number is. Again, dog. And to say whatever the fuck the number is, do I have it? If it's $100, yeah. If it's 1,000, no, nigga. That's kind of a big deal. The dollar amount is kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? But I said, whatever. I got whatever the number is. He gonna say, are you reading it? You not gonna downplay what I say, nigga. You read it. You owe me. I'm not dumb, dude. What the? Again, so I'm like, oh, I saw a question mark. I said, whatever I owe, I'll pay. And then now pause here, because after this question, I sent this, he called me. After we had our conversation, he says, okay, when, and then we'll pick back up. I swear to God, JB, I swear to God, bro. So after I said this, he calls me, and then we have a conversation. He says, okay, when. So I'm going to pick it back up there. I got to go over the transcripts of the first call. Call 1, right? First time he called me, that was that night. After I said, the question mark, you know what I mean? I said, whatever I owe, I'll pay. Then he calls. He felt disrespected by me saying I got it. Like you seen in the text message, he said he's not dumb. He said, yeah, what you mean? You got whatever I need. I ain't stupid, dude. And then he said, I need $2,000. You got that? You got that? I said, hell no, I ain't got no goddamn $2,000. So why you playing with me? I ain't stupid, dude. Blah, blah, blah. That's kind of the angle that he was going with. But I had to point out the fact that he told my mom $1,000. So just a couple minutes ago, you told my mom you need $1,000, and now you're telling me you need $2,000. Again, you obviously own drugs and alcohol. Like what you're doing right now makes no earthly sense, Jeremy. It just sounds crazy. You sound like you're unhinged right now, right? And even his attitude, it was literally, it was literally all that. He was not calm in any way, shape, or form, right? So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Oh, and on top of that, like I said, he started disrespecting me heavily. That's why I still live with my mom. He's not my friend. We ain't family. He's trying to work with me, but that's over with. I still live with my mama. Go suck her titty, bitch. We took his money, and then because of what we did, now his family's pain and suffering. All right, cool. Like this. Again, bro, what the and again, he wasn't letting me get a word in edgewise. Every time I tried to say something, he would come in. So again, it's kind of confirming what I was thinking. You're obviously high as hell. You high, you drunk, you something. You know what I mean? Because whatever this is, it just ain't making sense, right? So after I hung up, he was going off just saying a bunch of, I'm not dumb. You can't play me. Go suck your mom's titty. And then said, okay, when? Now he wants to calm down, and it's after I said whatever I owe, I'll pay. He says, okay, when? And he says, it's what you said and what she owe. Let's talk facts. So I said a few weeks. And that was that night. Now, again, when I'm saying this, I'm never intending on giving this man a goddamn thing. I just have to make that clear. You probably already knew that, but I had to reiterate. I was never planning on giving you shit, boy. But like I said, you were just irate and illogical, so I had to say something to calm your ass down, right? So the very next day, a whole day goes by now. I wake up the next morning, go to work, get off. I ask this man, you sober up yet? He say, nigga, you talking to yourself? Nigga, you talking to me or yourself? Don't worry about what I'm doing. I need my money. And if you got something to say, you know where to find me. Again, he's the nigga getting gangster. He's the one talking about if you want to pull up nigga, why, nigga, you're the one that wants something from me. I'm not about to come find you or nothing. He said, you know where to find me. This is not the time, boy. I ain't no kid. Find somebody else to play with. Give me my money. So now you see he's still on this type of time. He hasn't changed his stance, his position at all. We owe him money. He needs it. Not saying how much, but he's still, I'm giving him the opportunity to show me you weren't just drunk. You actually feel this way. Because like I said, again, if you tell me that you were in some type of state or whatever, cool. But you standing on it means now I can go from defense to offense. You see, the whole first night I was just letting you have it. Okay, cool, whatever. Letting you get it off your chest. Cool. Now you're kind of showing me that you standing on it so we can kind of warm up. We ain't hot yet, JB. We're not hot yet. We're warming up. The engines are revving. You understand me? You feel me? So I say you can't even have a logical conversation because you know you're wrong. Then after that, he calls me. Promptly after that, he calls me, right? Now here's the transcripts from call 2. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's not at all civilized. He's a caveman type nigga, Neanderthal. The motherfucker don't make no sense, whatever. And the second call though, he was a little bit more calm, but he was still irate and still illogical. He wasn't making any sense. He still kept saying that it got to a point, right? Because I hung up on this man 3 times throughout this conversation, and each 3 times it was us getting to a point to where, what do you want? And him saying we should already know. It literally got to a point to where Jeremy, I told him, I said, we got all the receipts. Do you want full reimbursement? He said, no, it's not about that. I said, well, what do you want? He literally said, why should he have to tell me what he wants? And so I hung up on his ass. I'm not doing that shit with you. What the fuck does that? So then he calls back. He called right back after I hung up on him. I said, say that again. What you just said to me. He said, what? I said, say what you just said to me because I want to make sure you understand what the fuck you just said. He said, I know what I said, nigga. You know what and so I ended up repeating it to him. And I said, Jeremy, how does that make sense? Why should you have to tell me? How the fuck do I know what you want? And then he repeats the receipt thing. Y'all got all the receipts. I'm not dumb, dude. You playing with me? I said, so do you want it all back or not? He gonna say, yeah, but why am I talking to you? I hung up on his ass again. That's 2 now. So now he calls back a 3rd time. I said, Jeremy, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? He said, what? 1304 Patterson. You ready? You about to pull up? Nigga, what the fuck what is happening? Like, again, to remind you, nigga, you ain't did shit to me. I ain't got no beef with you. Why would I pull up on you? You're the one upset. You know what I mean? So then we start going back and forth, and it's me doing a little bit more pressing on his end, calling him stupid, telling him he's but I'm still calm about it. I'm still like, bro, you sound stupid. You letting that bitch gas your head up. You letting King and that bitch gas your head up, and you looking wild. You sound retarded, blah, 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 blah. But it's still me kind of just not giving it that much energy, but starting to come back with the rebuttals and stuff, right? Now again, we're warming up. We're warming up, JB. But the 3rd time that I hung up on him was when we got back to the place of me trying to establish what it is that he wants back, and that he repeated himself again. He said a different version of the first thing he said. The first time he said, why should he have to tell me what he wants? This last time he said, I should already know what he wants. And then I hung up on his ass again. Hung up on him. Like, again, I'm not doing that with your dumb ass. What do you mean I should? You're the one deciding you're owed some money. So how am I supposed to know what? First of all, for me to even agree with you, no, you're not. But let's just say I did agree with you that you're owed money. How the fuck am I supposed to know what you're owed when you're the one deciding you're owed something that makes no sense? You sound dumb and retarded. That's kind of my talking points that I went through that conversation. Call 2, right? Now it's time for the fun. I've decided that the next time this nigga reaches out to me, he's greenlit. It's up for you, pussy. Like, I'm not giving you no grace. I'm not giving you no leniency. It's straight disrespect out the gate, right? It's straight disrespect out the gate. Here's where it gets good. Okay, so cool. Remember, last thing I sent him was, you can't even have a logical conversation because you know you wrong. And then he calls me, and then we, you know what I mean, have conversation or have call 2. Then the next day rolls around. Now, keep in mind, I'm at Amazon, right? I'm at the end of my shift. You see, it's 6:49. I'm towards the end of my shift. I got about 20 more stops left. I get a text message. $4,000. That's the number you asked for. Please let me know you have received offer. Thank you. And now, before I get into the shit, I was literally just about to point that out, JB. Bro went from 1 to 2 to 4. Now you see why I pointed. Okay, you with me. I don't even got to point that out. Let's just get to the shits, right? So you remember, he said $4,000. That's the number you asked for. Please let me know if you have received offer. Thank you. Suck my dick, pussy. Out the gate. We ain't doing that with you, bruh. It's lit for you. It's from here on out. You're gonna see every one of the text messages here on out. I'm aggressing and he's retreating. I'm on the offensive. He's on the defensive. Like it's over with for that. The games have not been played. You sat there and you tried to insinuate that not only me, but my mama as well is the cause of your pain and stuff. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me. Hell yeah, bro. You already know. And now he's soft. How logical are you being, sir? Again, not a man of his word. It's on the flow. That's the number. And so I sent him that thing that I started it off with. Bro, you have no idea what you're doing right now. You have no idea what you're getting into, Jeremy. This is not a fight you're going to win, sir. It really isn't. It really isn't. All right, hold on. And he gonna say, and I'm a man. Just remember that, boy. Please address me by that. I ain't said nothing sideways to you. Have a good morning. Practice what you preach, amen, about the thing. I just want my money. This all I got for you. That's all I got for you, pussy. What are you talking about? Like, you hear me? You ain't getting shit, man. Are you dumb? All right, now, Pete, you're real smart, and we'll see about that. Grow up and have a nice day. We gonna get what is owed, no matter how you feel. Yeah, I swear to God, Jimmy. Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. Trust me. All right, so this is the last one. No matter how you feel. Hold on. He said he gonna get what's owed, no matter how I feel. You're the one with the feelings, you emotional faggot ass bitch. Nobody was thinking about you till you text my phone on a Saturday night, ho. He gonna say I'm so scared. I just want my money. Go seek the help you truly need. Dog, I mean, I wasn't trying to scare you. I didn't threaten you. What do you mean? You, nigga, like I said, just being defensive. But and this is him laughing at the things, obviously. You see that. Go seek, so he tells me to go seek the help I truly need. Go seek some nuts and stop letting King and that bitch of yours gas your head, you clown ass bozo. And he says, you're so smart. Yes, I am, because I know what the fuck is happening. That's the only reason why he says that, because he knows I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You ain't, dog, you have to understand. There was no problem until one night you woke up and decided that now you're a victim in the exact same way that King was a victim. That we motherfuckers just plotted against you. No, I'm not stupid, Jeremy. You're stupid. You're the dumbass nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Not me. You're so smart, boy. Or you're so smart and boy, you don't know who you playing with. I just want my money. He says, you're so smart and boy, you don't know who you playing with. I just want my money. I'm not going to play these silly games with a little boy. I say again, watch the disrespect. Just do what's right and get out your feelings. If you need say something to King, now you'll acknowledge that. If you need to say something to King, just say it to him and stop being scared and watch calling my girl out her name. Please get out your feelings and talk facts. IDK, why you scared to talk to your older brother, King, but that's between y'all. SMH, watch who you calling out their name and please work on my money. Grow up, kid. Again, bro, bro, and this, what he just did now is leading into what I sent you about I know reverse psychology. Who's talking about being scared of King? Like, what does that have to do with him gassing your head up? What is that? Again, you just trying to, first of all, hurt my feelings, which is not going to happen, but like make it seem as though I don't know and you don't know what actually happened between me and King. He was the one running and tattletelling to the police. He was the one scared of me. He's the one got me blocked and don't want to talk to me. So now all of a sudden I'm scared to talk. Again, it makes no sense. Your reverse psychology is piss poor, Jeremy. But like I addressed here, scared of him when he's the one tattletelling to the police. Make it make sense, dumbass. You and him can suck my dick with your bitch lips. Like, what the fuck is talking about? Watch who you talking. Wow, double down. Bro, scared of him. I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of you. What are you talking about? Like, you're a dumbass nigga. All right, he said, we know you're scared to talk to your older brother. Hold on. We know you're scared to talk to your big brother, but that ain't got nothing to do with me or my money or the way you keep disrespecting me. And again, him just repeating it, gaslighting. That's you know what I mean? You can just repeat it all you want to. It ain't going to make it true. I know what gaslighting is, Jeremy. When you get brave enough to call your brother and talk stuff to him and stop being so immature, disrespectful towards me, then you be out your feelings and stop talking dumb stuff you can't back up. You sound silly, dude. Are you reading what you're texting me? SMH, I pray for you. At a certain point during conversation too that call that we had, I told him I was going to pray for him because he wasn't making sense. And now he's just repeating everything that I said to him. You seen when I said, are you reading what you're He was repeating all that shit. He just wants his money. He don't know what I'm on. Have a great day. Just call your brother. LOL. Right? And then that leads into the two you seen, but I'm going to just, because there's one after the one that you didn't see. This was the whole text message. After one, Jeremy, I took a class on reverse psychology and I know what gaslighting is. You ain't getting shit. And if you see me in public and decide to approach me, I highly suggest you be on your best behavior. And then he said that, the one that you read, and then I said, you're a clown, you clown. And that's how it ended. And so that's the story time. And now I'm just I'm about to chop this up, upload it, tag anybody who knows him and who would care to hear this, and just expose his dumb ass. The thumbnail is gonna be that picture of him that I showed you with a clown nose on his face, him and King. And yeah.